2025 brought with it a shocking and tragic event that captured global attention, an incident now widely referred to as the jet crash chaos. This disaster unfolded in dramatic fashion, leaving behind a trail of destruction, grief, and unanswered questions. In a world where aviation technology is often seen as one of the safest modes of travel, the sudden collapse of a commercial jet mid-journey reminded people everywhere that human life can still be subject to unforeseen dangers. The crash not only impacted the passengers and crew on board but also caused ripple effects across the aviation industry, governments, and international media, fueling debates about safety, responsibility, and preparedness. According to early reports, the aircraft was on what was supposed to be a routine journey. Weather conditions had appeared stable, and both the airline and aviation authorities had cleared the flight. However, somewhere along the flight path, chaos erupted. Witnesses on the ground described seeing smoke trailing from the jet before it descended rapidly, losing altitude in a horrifying spiral. The crash occurred near a populated area, intensifying the devastation as parts of the wreckage scattered into residential zones, igniting fires and spreading panic among the local population. Emergency response teams were dispatched almost immediately, but the scale of the destruction presented enormous challenges. Survivors, if any, were rushed to nearby hospitals while rescue workers fought against time to extinguish the flames and secure the site. Families of those on board were left in anguish, desperate for news, while international audiences followed every update through live broadcasts and breaking news alerts. Governments expressed condolences and pledged thorough investigations, but grief quickly turned into calls for accountability. Aviation experts weighed in, speculating on possible causes ranging from technical failure, maintenance lapses, and human error, to even cyber interference. Each theory added another layer to the tension and fueled public interest as people demanded transparency and clarity. The airline responsible found itself under immense scrutiny, facing questions about its safety records, pilot training, and inspection protocols. Regulators across several countries announced that they would recheck their fleets, highlighting how one tragedy could send shockwaves through the entire industry. The chaos was not limited to the crash site alone. Social media amplified the disaster, with videos, images, and eyewitness accounts spreading rapidly across platforms. Some footage taken moments before the crash showed terrified passengers sending messages to loved ones, clips that have since become heartbreaking symbols of the human cost of aviation disasters. Hashtags related to the crash trended worldwide, uniting people in grief but also sparking debates about how aviation technology, despite being advanced, still struggles with vulnerabilities. Misinformation also played a role, as unverified claims and conspiracy theories circulated online, forcing officials to continuously counter false narratives with verified information. In the days following the crash, memorials were organized, and communities both local and global gathered to pay respect to the victims. Aviation agencies began releasing preliminary reports, but the demand for a final explanation remained strong. Beyond the technical details, the tragedy reignited broader questions. How much is truly being done to prioritize passenger safety, and could more have been done to prevent such a catastrophe? The jet crash chaos of 2025 will likely be remembered not only for its immense loss of life but also for how it exposed the fragility of systems people often take for granted. It was a stark reminder that even in an era of cutting-edge technology, the unexpected can shatter lives in an instant, leaving behind lessons that must be learned at any cost. Would you like me to make this article more news report style, factual, journalistic tone, or more emotional, narrative style, focusing on human stories and impact?